After months of endless delays, we finally got our first trailer for Venom Let There Be Carnage, and in today's video we're going to be breaking down everything in this trailer, including all of the Easter eggs, and even a few Spider-Man Easter eggs, and possibly what universe Venom resides in. Before we get into it, if you're new to my channel, I post everything related to Marvel Comics and MCU, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you never miss out on a video. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. So the trailer opens up with showing us that the events of this movie will more likely be taking place in San Francisco, just like the previous Venom movie. There's a sign on Eddie's wall that says rules no eating people, and this is obviously for Venom because in the previous movie, Eddie made it blatant obvious to Venom that it wasn't okay to eat people. So this sign is probably just a friendly little reminder to Venom. We can see Eddie having a rough time with Venom because the symbiote has a mind of its own and it wants to do his own thing, such as wreck Eddie's house and make him a disastrous breakfast. But this is more than likely just going to be a little comedy mix-up throughout the movie. In the previous movie, Venom saved Mrs. Chen from a robbery, which means she now knows Eddie's identity, and in the trailer it seems that Eddie's using the symbiote freely around Mrs. Chen, which is pretty cool to see. This is more than likely the prison that Cletus Cassidy is staying in, and we can see Eddie walking throughout it to probably go talk to him, and we can hear Cassidy say, "I've been thinking about you, Eddie," which indicates that they did in fact have a conversation. We can also hear Cletus Cassidy say to Eddie that we're the same, which indicates that he knows of his Venom identity, so he will probably try and get him to work with him, which obviously just isn't going to happen. And after this we saw him punching his way out of a concrete wall, so right here he probably has the Carnage symbiote. Right here's an awesome shot of Venom beating up some random criminal, and it appears that he's about to eat him as well. We can hear Cletus Cassidy saying every decision we ever make, and then we see Eddie looking at a bunch of papers startled, which might indicate that he's looking over Cletus's brain and why he makes the decisions he does. Now this is where it gets good. We can see this detective reading this newspaper with Daily Bugle on it with the same design from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, which is just more hints that Tobey Maguire will be in Spider-Man No Way Home, because it's seeming like more and more that all these universes are connected in some way. Because if you look closely, as the detective's closing the newspaper, it says Avengers leaves Nightmare, which is referring to the events of WandaVision and the upcoming Disney Plus series Loki with the whole messing up reality and multiverse shenanigans. Now, a lot of people are confused if Venom is taking place in the Sam Raimi universe because of the Daily Bugle design, or if it's taking place in the MCU because of the Avengers cameo in the newspaper. It could be one of two things. First, these are all just simply Easter eggs and that's it, and Venom is existing in its own universe, but personally I don't think that's it because they wouldn't just casually put the Avengers in the newspaper. Now this is what I personally think is going on. The multiverse. That's it. That's the answer to all these questions. Now these are just my theories and thoughts, so take it with a grain of salt, but I think Venom and the Avengers are existing in a separate universe from the main MCU timeline that we're used to, and we're going to start to see all these universes start to connect more and more in the upcoming Disney Plus series Loki, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Sony and Disney actually made a deal where they're allowing all Sony's Marvel characters to be used throughout the MCU, such as Spider-Man and including Venom, and that's why it makes perfect sense why they would do all this with the multiverse, because it would be perfect marketing and it would make fans go crazy. So it would be pretty much a win-win on both ends. After this, it appears that they're still experimenting on people with these symbiotes as well. We then hear Cassidy say when the rescuer never comes and then smashes a spider, and this is obviously another Easter egg for Spider-Man. We then see an awesome sequence of scenes starting off with the process of Cletus becoming Carnage, and then seeing Venom almost bite that detective's head off, and then finally seeing Carnage fully immersed. It also appears in this shot that Carnage is forming a bunch of weapons, as that is one of his abilities. Also, I forgot to mention that detective's name is actually Mulligan, and in the comics, when he gets in contact with the symbiote, he becomes Toxin, and in the comics, he's a pretty popular character. So we might end up seeing Carnage, Toxin, and Venom all go at it, which is just going to be crazy if that actually happens. Finally, to end off the trailer, we got a funny scene with Eddie telling Venom to not eat Mrs. Chen after the chocolates didn't arrive in time for Venom. Overall, that trailer was amazing. We got to see our first look at Carnage and a bunch of new Easter eggs regarding the multiverse. Anyways, that'll be it for today's video. Let me know your thoughts about the trailer in the comment section down below, and if you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button for more weekly content just like this. Also, I have a TikTok that I post daily videos on, and the content is very similar over on there. If you're interested and want to go check it out, the link will be in the description down below. And with that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.